Hello all, thanks for tuning in. Tonight we're going to talk a little about the scale model railway Erie K5As. They were made in Huntington, Indiana. Here's one up here. This is running with the outside third rail. And then our contender here, basically the same engine, but it's been modified for two rail. These date back to about 1935 to about 1940. Here we have the 1937 catalog, Scale Model Railways, which was the brainchild of Jack Ferris, who post-war would go on to making American model toys. AMT, this is the finest stuff that ever came out of Huntington, Indiana. There, Jack Ferris partnered with Bill Lenore and Sayes out of Chicago, designing and building trains, and then had a number of people building them for him. But let's just say that your father, there he is, your father Ferris, and also your uncle are engineers, and they work for the Erie, and they just happen to run K5s. Well, that's what you bring out. Here's the K5 here. Out the door, it would cost you $79.50 for a running engine, or they'd sell you a set of castings for $10. They'd clean up the castings and drill and tap them for $31, or they'd sell you a rolling chassis and a pile of brass parts for $49.50, depending on your price bracket and where you are on the total pole of the economic statue of life. So Scale Model Railways specialized in doing the other guys. They did offer some of the Pennsylvania stuff, but they also did Erie and Wabash, Chicago Great Western because of Bill Lenore. He loved that stuff. Texas Pacific. For the $5 option, one of their employees by the name of Rice would hook up this live reverse gear, so you can go backwards, forward, because the mechanical reverser is wired inside there. So who needs DCC when you can have that? That's much more fun. Now, depending on how much you wanted to pay, they would add more details. So this engine here, nice basic engine, hand lettered, but not quite to the level of the piping on this one. So this one probably you pay a little more, you get a little more detail. Again, hand lettered nicely. This one does have the reverser here, but it's been rewired after they did the two railing here, unfortunately. So Jack Ferris sells out to McGow in 1940, and then he goes right back into business, and under his own name, just Jack Ferris, and the first engine he comes out with, of course, is an Erie K5 again, now with the box spoke drivers, just like the Erie had. So obviously he didn't get a clause in there not to compete because he went right back in, and this one has the larger tender back here. Scale Model Railways have a bronze chassis here, a very plain bronze chassis. It's not suspended at all. It's rigid. Sheet brass boiler here that's built up. Some castings, some sand castings. So nicely done. They catered to a small clientele because there's not a whole lot of people that had $80 to drop. And of course, when they did the smaller lines, they're limiting. Everyone wants Pennsylvania, a K5 and a New York Central Hudson. These other railroads kind of fell through the cracks for most modelers. But they are beautiful models. I'm fortunate to be able to have these. And we're pulling period cars, some lowball cars, some Scalecraft cars, some scratch-built ones, all from the 30s. I do have another video out of this one running. So if you go under the name of Jack Ferris, you'll find this engine running. So thank you very much. We'll fire them up again. Off we go. Ferris did have some dedicated customers. but not quite enough of them to really make money. He had catered to Kimball in Chicago, who had the piano company. Also Samuel Ensel had a layout. They were a good customer.
Thanks for watching.